Hi guys! Today I'm here with Riley for her 4-month update, and we actually skipped her 3-month update because we were moving last month, and I actually talk about that in the video that I'm going to be posting tomorrow. So if you're interested, you can watch that video. You don't have to, of course, but yeah, we skipped 3 months, so I'm going to talk about anything that's happened from the last update, which was 2 months, that I remember, because obviously some things you just forget and time passes so quickly. So I'm not going to necessarily remember if it was a 3rd month or a 4th month update. Yeah. So at 4 months, basically on February 20th, so I'm talking about calendar months, not every 4 weeks. She was born on October 20th, so this is like an exact 4 months. She weighed 13 pounds and 3 ounces, and that's just an estimate. Basically, I weighed her on my home scale, so I weigh myself, and then I weigh her, and I take the difference. But she was 13 pounds, 3 ounces, and she's actually finally gaining weight a little bit faster these days, which, you know, is nice, because, I don't know, it's not like you want, like, I don't know, you just want your baby to gain weight. That's just a thing. She's never had any problems health-wise, though. She's just always been a small baby, and she still is a small baby, because that still only put her somewhere around about the 25th percentile. Yeah, so the biggest difference this month is that just about a week and a half ago or so, I pretty much figured out how to solve her gas problems or her trapped wind problems that were causing her so much pain. She loves standing right now, but I'll talk about that later. So I started drinking fennel tea, which I actually posted a video on that yesterday, so you can watch that if you want. Yeah, but she doesn't have any more gas or trapped wind, which is amazing. She still obviously gets gas and everything now and again, but it's just not nearly as bad as it was, and she had that for like about 2 months, so it's just so nice to have her not have that problem anymore, and she's so much happier now. She's just like a lot more giggly and laughy than she was before, and it just makes me feel even more horrible that she suffered for so long. But yeah, she's better now, and that's a huge change. So because of that, I will be starting elimination communication up with her again. I was still doing the sounds with her when she would pee and poop, but not consistently. I will admit I was really bad about, you know, just remembering to do it, or just lazy about it. But basically, you know, we got the potties out, and I'm going to start offering her the potty again. I have done it a few times, but once again, I'm not very consistent with it because I just got out of the habit of it, which is really bad, but definitely going to get back into that with her. Yeah, so when I have an update on elimination communication, I'll do a video on it. I just don't have anything really to say now because we haven't practiced it for a couple months now. But yeah, I'm really, you know, I am looking forward to doing it with her again. It's just obviously it's easier in the moment to not practice it, so it's hard to get back into the swing of it, even though it's not actually hard to practice elimination communication. It's just, you know, hard to change bad habits. So I'll get back into it, and I'll do an update on that when I have an update. But she has, like, she's still aware of when she poops and pees, and she has occasionally used the potty, like the few random times that we offered it to her over the past 2 months. Of course, there's also been, you know, like most recently, the last time we offered her the potty, she did not use it. It's just trial and error. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that too much because there's not much to say. Oh, so she loves sitting up now and being held into a standing position. She can't sit or stand on her own. Both of them, she needs a little bit of support. She can kind of sit on her own, but she just needs my hands to kind of be there for her wobbliness. And actually standing, she can stand really strong as well, but as you can see, she loves jumping even more, so she does a lot of jumping while she's standing. She's actually standing now. It's hard to tell because you can't see her lower half, but I'm holding her up because that's her favorite thing to do, stand and jump. She can roll over now, but she doesn't. I've seen her roll over like multiple times since she was 3 months old, actually. She's been doing, like, she started rolling like pretty early. The thing is, well, for around 3 months, she was doing the roll where she was rolling from, let me think and get this right. She was rolling from front, like her tummy, to her back. And then rolling from back to tummy is harder for babies, and she started that more recently. But she doesn't do it very often, and when I say she doesn't do it very often, like, maybe I'll notice her do it, like, every few days. She's just not interested. She does when we're nursing in bed, because we always nurse in bed, because that's just her favorite way to nurse. Well, I say always, like 95% of the time. She does actually go from her back. She can roll onto her side, no problem at all, to attach herself to the breast. But other than that, she doesn't like roll when she's just laying on the ground very often. I think it's because she probably just associates rolling with like breastfeeding. I don't know, or she honestly doesn't get left on her back or her front very often, unless she's playing. And when she's playing, she's engaged in something else, and she's just not shown any interest really in rolling continuously. She doesn't get super excited when she does it either. She just kind of has like a whatever face. Although I do cheer her on, like every time she rolls and I'm there, I'm like, yay, good job, and she'll smile because I'm cheering her on, but she doesn't smile when she rolls because she's excited and happy about it. She has started laughing and giggling. She's been doing that for a while as well, but basically once her gas pains went away, she started laughing a lot more. She laughs mostly at nighttime. She doesn't really laugh during the day. She has done a few times, but mostly it's at every nighttime, somewhere around 7 or 8 o'clock. If I do something silly to her, I can get her to laugh. But if I do silly things with her all day long, she doesn't seem to care. And I find it really ironic that she'll laugh at nighttime and not so much during the day, because nighttime is when she's the crankiest. I mean, and that's true for most babies. So she's the crankiest at nighttime, but it's when she's the crankiest that I can get her to giggle. During the day, when she's like more happy or placid, can't get her to laugh for the life of me. What else do I have on my little... I have a cheat sheet. I always have to have a cheat sheet because I can't think straight anymore. Oh, she can grab her feet now. I don't know, that's been like the last couple weeks she's been able to grab... Well, no, it's been more than a couple weeks. Time just flies. Like, it's so hard to like try to keep track of like when things happen, because they just happen, and then the next thing you know, like, days and days and days have passed. But she grabs her feet. You know, she's aware of her feet, her wrists, her hands. You know, she clasps her hands together in the front of her. She's awesome at grabbing toys and like, you know, switching them from hand to hand, and she can release them on her own when she wants to. Yeah, she loves grabbing things. She loves grabbing my hair, so it's always tied up. Her voice now is like really starting to come out. Like, it's not so much of a babyish coo. I mean, of course it is, and she's still just making nonsense kind of talk, but when she's talking, it's just, I feel like I can hear her voice more. I don't know how else to explain it, sorry, but that's actually really nice. She has, I think in the 2-month update I was talking about how she doesn't like being carried around, and I can put her in the carrier now. She loves it. Basically, once her neck was stable enough that she could really hold it on her own and I didn't have to steady it at all, I felt comfortable putting her in the carrier front facing. And I have the Baby Bjorn Miracle, which is the model that you can put them front facing in. I can't talk, sorry. And once she could go in front facing, she loved it. And then basically I feel like she got used to that, and once she got used to that, I could actually start carrying her facing me as well. But most of the time I carry her front facing, like facing out into the world. Basically, she's just really nosy and she wants to know what's going on. Yeah, so although I can carry her in the Baby Bjorn, but generally for about 15 minutes at a time. So when I get her in, I start doing things like crazy because I can't get as much done when she's not in it. Although, like, if we go out shopping and stuff, we tend to use the carrier, and most shopping trips she'll be okay. But sometimes, of course, she has fits, and that's just life having a baby. What can you do? But yeah, she is enjoying the carrier now. And then the last thing is, I'm fairly sure she started teething. And she's probably been teething since about 3 months, But like about a couple weeks ago, I like had noticed she'd really been pulling on her ears a lot, and you know, she's been drooling a lot more, and she's also just fussier in general. But the reason why I think it's teething is because I put an amber necklace on her. She's wearing it right now. You just can't see it because it's underneath all her clothes. But she's wearing an amber necklace. And basically about, I don't know, maybe 12 hours or so after putting it on, she just stopped pulling her ears completely. And she barely ever pulls her ears now. And before she was pulling at them constantly. She still drools. But at the time that I put the necklace on, she was drooling a lot. And then when I put the necklace on, it had subsided. And now she's drooling a lot again. But I think it's just because the teething is getting worse. Because her fussiness sure is getting worse. But I'm fairly certain that the amber necklace has helped quite a bit. Because like I said, she stopped pulling at her ears. And it was like, to me, it was definitely in conjunction with the amber necklace being on her. And I do keep it on her all the time. I keep it on her in her sleep as well. I'm not worried about it. I keep it short. It's made to break easily if it needs to, if it got caught on anything. And she co-sleeps with me, so I'm not worried about, you know, anything really happening with it. Personally, that's my choice. And for people who aren't aware, like amber teething necklaces, they're not for chewing on, because I know some people assume that they're for chewing on. Do you want me to put you in the seat? Let me put you in the seat so you can rock. Hold on. They're not for chewing on. They're meant to be worn against the skin, and they're meant to be worn short so the baby can't really get to it or play with it. But the whole point is there's a natural oil in it called, it's like succinate or succint, I don't know how to say it, but it's naturally in the amber, and it's supposed to transfer to the skin, and then it, you know, goes into your bloodstream, and it causes pain relief. And it's supposed to be completely safe. Obviously, everybody can make their own choices as to what's safe and what's not safe for the baby. But it's not supposed to be toxic or anything like that. And I definitely prefer using the amber necklace to, you know, giving her teething powders and stuff like that. I even would prefer it to giving her, like, something really, really cold that could, I think, cause harm to the gums. I haven't noticed any bumps or any inflammation on her actual gum line yet, though. But, she does chew like a mofo, I will say that, because I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but she gave me a hickey last night. My daughter gave me a hickey. I just had her over my shoulder, and she just started sucking like crazy. And she does that quite often, but normally she'll end up grabbing my shirt, and she'll be sucking on my shirt, so I never noticed how hard she was sucking. But, oh my god, last night, like, she's got my skin, and she was sucking really hard. And actually, this will be TMI, but I also have a bruise on my breast from, basically, she did the same thing, but it was in the nighttime and it was dark, and I'm quite sure she was trying to nurse, because she just, like, didn't even open her eyes, just went straight towards my breast and started sucking, and she missed my nipple, and was just sucking like crazy, and it was so hard for me to get her off. I had to, like, pry her off, and then I've had, like, a bruise on my breast now for, like, over a week, and it's still there. What can you do? But, let me look through my list. I think I'm done. She can roll. She laughs and giggles, grabs her feet. Yeah, that's everything. So, I hope you enjoyed this update. You know, if you're watching it, let me know. That's it. I'll see you guys next time for her 5-month update if you're following. And if you want to watch my other videos, help yourself. Enjoy them. Bye, guys.